Welcome to our Steps to Success When Selling a Home webinar. My name is Theresa Miller, and I am the broker and owner of the M&M Team Realty, and I am excited to share this webinar with you. Let's get started. We're interviewing you as much as you are interviewing us. And by working together, we will be able to guide you through this extensive process to help you sell your home in the quickest time and at the highest price. Relax, you're going to know what we're doing for you, when, and why. We're not going to simply make promises to be a marketing genius and brag about ourselves. Instead, we're going to show you just how we're going to be your resource. Our cornerstone is the highest level of service, is our unprecedented success, and this is our continued promise to you. As your helpful guide throughout every step of the real estate transaction, we pride ourselves on our focus to your personal attention and complete satisfaction. At the M&M Team Realty, we view numbers such as sales results as nothing more than a reflection of our commitment to serve our clients. I'd like for you to meet my team. Of course, I am Theresa Miller. I am in the middle. And to my left and my right is Leroy Miller. He is my husband and co-founder. And Glennis is my daughter, and she is also a co-founder. I am the broker and owner of the M&M Team Realty, and my commitment to you is excellent. We're a friendly working environment, and our commitment to teamwork, we promote and achieve agent and client success. I have 11 agents within my brokerage. To tell you a little bit about myself, I specialize in probate, trust, and divorce sales. I sell residential real estate, 1 to 4 units. I can help you relocate to any of the 50 states and internationally. I work with senior communities, and prior to 2017, I worked for 32 years as a VA registered nurse. I worked in Long Beach at the VA there, and I worked with spinal cord injury veterans, and I loved every moment of it. My husband, Leroy, served in the Marines for 20 years. He is our 20-year veteran. And he is the most amazing person that you will ever meet. Yes, I said that, because he's my husband. And he's also really good at what he does. He's going to be there to support you with any type of questions you may have regarding the home inspection or anything like that. My daughter, Glennis has been a realtor for over 16 years. And she is our marketing director. She is my right hand. She'll be there to assist on any time that I'm not there. She can be there as well as Mr. Miller. Both of them have 20 years for Mr. Miller, 16 years for Glennis, 26 years for me. So you have a lot of real estate knowledge between just the three of us. I know you're looking at this slide and you're like, oh my goodness, what is all of that? Well, this is what I want to show you why you have selected me, are going to select me, and by the end of this presentation, will definitely have selected me. Why work with me? I currently serve on the California Association of Realtors Board of Directors. You may say, Theresa, what's that? That is one of our state's largest real estate trade organizations. We have over 190 realtor members there, and our directors are about 800. I am one of those 800. I am the president of the California Association of Black Real Estate Professionals for 2026. I'm not sure when you will be watching this webinar, but today is Friday, June 5th, 2026. I am active in the real estate community and I serve on many other boards. And I hold several real estate designations and certifications, as what you see here. The local association is Pacific West Association of Realtors, the National Association, which is the National Association of Realtors, and one of the most hard to achieve designation that's on this page is the certified real estate specialist. I hold that designation. And President Circle RPAC Hall of Fame, I also hold that designation. And what that means is I get to be an advocate. I get to support the political leaders who will go and fight for home ownership, fair housing, private property. They are the people who will go in and talk to the legislators when we aren't able to do it. And just when something comes up, they are the first ones to be on the scene. And I get to support them through the RPAC program. This is just a few of my awards, a few of the committees that I've served on and are currently participating in the various organizations. Here you can see on the left, my I was getting ready to walk on stage for the RPAC Hall of Fame ceremony. Here you can see in the center, I am holding that RPAC Hall of Fame award. So I take pride in what I do. I'm a very strong advocate for you as the seller, the owner, the homeowner. And here is just some of the things that I got to do, the political involvement. On the left-hand side is me in Sacramento doing Legislative Day. Legislative Day is a day where over 2,000 realtors go to Sacramento. We go to the Capitol to meet with the legislators, to talk with the assemblymen, to talk with the congressmen, the House of Representatives, to let them know their hot issues, things that we are need their support of, things that we would like them to oppose. You have to be involved. We've got to know what's going on within the political arena so that we can help our homeowners, help everyone that's either you're trying to buy or sell or whatever your real estate need is. We're here to help you. In the right hand side, we do the same thing in Washington. So in Sacramento, we go there in April. In Washington, we go there in June. So this is a time as I'm recording this video, I am going next week to Washington to meet with the representatives and talk to them regarding the Hill visits on a federal level. So this is very important work that we get to do. Here is an example of some of our national meetings. On the left-hand side, I was at our Fair Housing Policy Committee, and I am speaking to the members on hot topics and policy issues. On the right-hand side, I was an expert panel speaker with the Real Property Valuation Forum. I was the real estate broker expert talking with the appraisers on how we can work together, communicate together. What do we need from them? What do they need from us? It was a very informative and educational session. It is very important for realtor brokers, agents to participate at that high level. And here is some of my client reviews. Please take a moment to look them over. You may find me on Zillow. You can find me on Google. You can find me on Facebook and all of the social medias. It's important to have reviews and it's important to be an active participant in your realtor association at all the levels, at state, local, and nationals. Now that we've got that out the way, let's talk about what we're doing, those 7 steps. The seller's consultation, this is what we're doing right now. We're having this conversation either in person, on Zoom, or you're watching this webinar, and we've already talked. We're developing a pricing strategy. How do we price your home compared to similar properties? What do we do? We're developing a marketing strategy. What is the marketing strategy that's going to be designed to position your home and get the highest value? We're going to implement that customized marketing plan. We are going to review your home to see, do we need to make any upgrades, any updating, any freshening up, whatever we need to do. I have vendors who can help you do those things. I have a list of several vendors that I will be sharing with you. And we want to make sure that we understand our roles. Selling home is a partnership, and I am your agent, and you, as the homeowner, we're going to work together. We're going to negotiate the purchase contract. It's important to have me represent you in your best interest throughout this process. This is what I do. I'm going to manage the transaction through closing. I take care of everything from contract to close and everything in between. That's who I am. That's what I do. And we've already talked about that. I'm going to be your agent. And as your agent, I'm going to do all those things that I just said I was going to do in that previous slide. This slide talks about agency. I've mentioned it twice now, but this is what it actually means. Generally, there are two agents. There's a seller agent, that's me, I represent you. There's a buyer's agent, that's the agent who works on behalf of the buyer, behalf of the person that's going to buy your house. So generally, there are two people. Sometimes there is only one person. Sometimes there's a listing agent who represents the buyer and the seller. This can be done, it is allowed, it is not a crime, there's nothing wrong with it. When that happens, the listing agent becomes a neutral party. They can't disclose either party's position, motivations, pricing strategies, or other confidential information. They are neutral. Listing agents might have a buyer who's interested in your property. So, in that case, all parties, honestly, fairly confidential information is not shared. However, I choose not to do dual agency. Remember, I told you I've got 10 other agents. I can let my other agents handle that buyer and they can represent that buyer. And I just continue to represent you. Technically, as a brokerage, that is still considered a dual agent because I am the broker owner. However, there is that other agent that's in between me and you and me and that buyer. So I represent you, the other agent represents that buyer. I like it that way, keep it simple, and it works really well. Listing broker compensation is negotiable. Let me repeat that. Listing broker compensation is negotiable, and it starts with the listing agreement. During the listing agreement, you and I will negotiate my compensation. And after we've negotiated my compensation, we're going to write that on this listing agreement, along with any other terms that you and I decide that we're going to do, are thinking about doing, want to do in the future, don't want to do, whatever it is, we're going to write it down. As far as the buyer and the buyer's agent, they will complete a form similar to this. It's called the buyer representation agreement. That buyer and that agent is going to negotiate their fee between themselves. This is a result of the most recent NAR lawsuit that happened, that was settlement in 2024. Now everybody negotiates everything for themselves and their own agents. That does not mean that that buyer's agent and that buyer will not ask you as the seller to contribute toward their compensation. If they decide to do that, they will write it on what's called a residential purchase agreement. They will ask you for a certain compensation. You will have three options at that time. We will sit down, we will negotiate your options, we'll look and see what is best for you, and then we will respond with one of those three options. Yes, to giving them the compensation. Yes, to giving them part of the compensation, or no, to not giving any of them their compensation. We will have that conversation and we will do a net sheet. We will help you decide what's best for you. What matters to you matters to us. Motivation, decisions, experience, conditions, timing, pricing, communication, property, relocating. All of those things are important. If you are watching this video, chances are we have already had this conversation. We may have already signed our listing agreement, and this is just a refresher so that you know if there's anything that sparks your mind. Why have you decided to sell? What's your motivation? Did you inherit the home and you own your own place and now you need to want to sell this one? You used it as a rental, the tenants are gone, and now you're selling. It was a probate property and you need assistance with selling because you're going through probate. Whatever your reasoning are, I am the person who can help you through all of those situations. Do you have anybody else you want to be involved? No problem. Let's do it. The more the merrier. You're going to tell me about your sold experience before. You sold a home, bought a home. How was that experience? How was your interaction with your real estate agent? What was it like? What do you want? What do you not want? What's your pet peeves? We're going to talk about all those things. Are there any issues with the property? What's the condition? Timing. Are you flexible? Are you working toward a specific date? Do you have a mortgage? Do you have a first? Do you have a second? Do you have solar? Is it leased? Is it paid? All of those things. Do you have a hero loan? All of those things we're going to review and talk about. Communication. How often would you like updates? I love to talk. I love to communicate. So you got to let me know. Okay, Teresa, don't call me between this time and that time. Don't text me between this time and that time. I am here to work for you. Whatever works for you works for me. Property. Will there be personal property that's included in the sale? Let me know. Do you want to include the furniture? Is it empty, no furniture? Whatever the issues or concerns are, we're going to talk about it. Are you relocating? Are you moving someplace else? If you are living there now, you may need to move someplace else after we sell your home. In state, out of state. Remember, I told you in the beginning, I work with people in all 50 states. I can help you wherever you want to be, I can get you there. Markability. If you live there, if you did live there, what will you miss about the home? What will you miss about the area? What are some of your favorite features? What compliments have you received when your friends and family came over? What characteristics make it unique? We're going to talk about all of those things. We're going to go over disclosures, preliminary title report, seller property questionnaire, transfer disclosure statement, or exempt seller disclosure if you did not live in the property. We're going to talk about all of that. You're going to get samples ahead of time. We're going to talk about price versus equity, mortgage penalty. Do you have any current mortgages that have a prepayment penalty? Are you upside down? Do you owe more than your house is valued at? Any of those things. Are you aware of any current liens, any potential liens, or liens that you didn't know about? That's what that preliminary title report is going to show. Are there any easements or encroachments on the property? Easements, encroachments are things like, for example, the utility pole that might be in your backyard on the side of your house, where the utility company has access to come because they got to climb up their pole. That's most common, but sometimes you might have worked out something with your neighbor. The neighbor can park in your driveway, can cross your driveway, can utilize your driveway. All of those things we need to know. And we need to have a plan of action to take care of those things. If you live in a condo, is there an HOA? Are there litigation? Are there any assessments? Are there any physical issues around the grounds or in your home? Do you have any major repairs that need to be taken care of? We will talk about all of those things and we will go through them one by one when the time comes. Determine our pricing strategy. All of those things that I just talked about before, motivation, objectives, plan, innovation strategy, ideas, activities, goals, all of those things help determine your price. Determining your price, according to this pyramid, we want our market value, which is usually right in the middle here, at market value. Notice when we're at the market value, it draws 60% of buyers. But look what happens when we go just a little bit below the market value, 10%. We get 75% of buyers. And if we go a little more, 15%, we get 90%. But look what happened when we go over the market value. If we go 10% up or even 15% up, we get 30 to 10% of the buyers. So we don't want to do that. We want to price the home just right. Too low, don't want to do that. We want to leave money on the table. Too high, we want people to come see us. We don't want them to skip our house and go to somebody else. Pricing the home just right is the best way to ensure that the home will sell in the shortest time and achieve your goals. What values impacts the value of a home? Location, location, location. You've heard that a lot. Marketing, the local market conditions, and the comps, what's recently sold, and believe it or not, what's currently on the market. If there's a property on the market, bigger, better, brighter, nicer than yours, and it's cheaper, they're going to go there. That's just all there's to it. They're going to go there. So we have to constantly check the market so that we are able to be competitive. And the first few weeks are crucial. Time on the market is often not our friend. According to this bell, the longer the home sits on the market, interest bills, 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 bills over the first week or two, with a peak about 2 to 3 weeks. Then, as we see the activity is showing, starts to decrease rapidly. Your home becomes old, stale, and in the eyes of other agents and buyers, they start thinking, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? That's the problem with testing the market. Oh, we're going to start high and then we're going to bring it down. No, we don't want that. We want to price your home correctly, fair market value, because as we price high and stay on the market long, the buyer's perception of value change. And when the buyer's perception of values change, you have a lot of activity with the beginning, new buyers and waiting. Then we have those people who want a deal maker. Oh, it's been on the market for a while. Maybe they'll make a deal. Maybe they'll settle for less. And then the longer it stays on the market, now you have all of those people we call bottom feeders, the people that want to give you pennies on the dollar. So we do not want to attract the bottom feeders. We're going to price it right, and price versus exposure equals sold. Price plus exposure equals sold. We just talked about listing too high, lower final price, harder to get the value, longer days on the market, higher carrying costs, reduced buyer interest, and fewer showings. Remember, whether you live there or not live there, you are still paying something. If the home is free and clear, you're paying taxes. You got the lights, the gas, the telephone, and the water on, even if you're not there. If you live in a condo, you're paying the HOA. Remember also, a buyer won't pay more than they have to. They watch the market and they know the value just like we do. We're going to craft the right marketing strategy. We're going to make sure that we go where the buyers find the home. This chart illustrates where buyers find the home they purchase. 88% of home sales are generated from the marketing effort of a real estate professional. 88%. Real estate agents and internet leads are directly driven from having your home listed on the MLS. So when the buyers are looking at the internet and 43% are finding homes, guess where they got them from? The internet got them from the MLS, who got them from the agent. I do not do off market properties of any kind, anywhere, anytime, any shape, ever. When I list your property, I put it in the computer. And 32% are the real estate agents, and we already know that they are generating 90% of buyers search online. 90% of buyers search online. Remember that. When buyers search online, we need to implement a customized marketing plan. And with that online search comes professional photographies. We only get one chance to make a first impression, and we do professional photography. We also make sure that the description is excellent. We take our time to write the description, and we make sure that it's unique to our market and it sets us apart from other competing properties. We reach every agent in our market. The multiple listing is an extensive online database and it's an instant property list that is pushed out through the MLS. Our properties is featured on the most popular home sites, such as these that you see here. Nationally, these are continually the top 5 real estate agent websites. And if you Google your local area home for sale, these are often the first to come up. 90%, remember, search for homes online. They will search, and we have an updated website that is updated constantly and directly from the MLS. Your home is sent through thousands of other websites, in addition to the ones that I showed you on that other screen. We showcase your home. We have virtual tours in addition to the photography. We have highly visible yard signs. We have postcards that we send out coming soon, just listed, open house. Public and realtor open houses. Our open houses can be a great way to promote your property. As soon as we get it listed, we get set for the open house. We have customized printing and flyers and marketing material and social media materials, all of those things that we have to make sure that your home sells. We have realtor emails that we send out to thousands and thousands of agents. We create ads that will be um, draw a quick response. And once we get buyers inquiries and agent inquiries, we focus on that and we want to make sure that we have are able to immediately respond to an interested buyer or another agent inquiring on behalf of their client. We follow up, we do reviews, we do checkups on our marketing activity, we discuss pricing and timing within the market. We notify you of properties that are coming on the market. We inform other agents of changes within your listing. And we also maintain a stock of property brochures. In understanding your role, every showing counts. A home that's presented at its very best will typically sell faster and at a higher purchase price with fewer problems. If you live there, you want to prepare the home for sale. And what you want to do is just make sure that the home is always ready. I will always call you and give you time so that you will always know who's coming, when they're coming, what time they're coming. I will send you all of that information. So follow all of these guidelines and just make sure no dishes in the sink and just tidy up. I'll help you with what that looks like if you need help with ideas. You want your home to look like a show model. If the home is empty, I got you. I can take it from there. Keep your home in ready to show condition. That allows you for a faster sale. Make sure that you put away small items, electronics, jewelry, medication, all of those things. We are going to install a lockbox that makes it easy for the realtor to come and visit. I will know who's coming, when they're coming, within 5 minutes of the time that they got there, with all of that information and who it was. I also get to find out how did the home show? Is it priced right? Were there interest? There are follow-ups. I get to do all of those things. Throughout the listing period, we update you on the competing homes, what's came on the market, what's been on the market. Every step of the way, I am constant in communication with you. We negotiate the contract. We evaluate all offers. I'll sit down and I'll go over all of that with you. After we evaluate the offer, we're going to know that no offer is ever perfect. There are going to be some things that we will negotiate and need to check and need to work on, but I will help you through that. We're going to help you manage the transaction throughout closing, the seller disclosures, the buyer's due diligence, the buyer's right to cancel, contingencies and finances, all the way through settlement and closing. I will be there to help you through every one of those steps. Again, this is me on all of my social media. Please feel free to go look at it. And I'm here to answer any questions. You can find me by scanning the QR code on LinkedIn, or you can connect with me on the QR code on my right. You can email me or call me. Thank you, and I'm really looking forward to working with you on the sale of your home.